And Seuss, there's another bench he's found. Is this some kind of fetish going on here?
I think he's he's just considering the lovely lines of this bench. Let's all take a moment to really appreciate the architecture.
Maybe he is, just weighing up the difference between the marble bench and the wooden bench that's down by T-spawn. I mean,
pros and cons.
For one thing, if you buy a marble bench, you have to carry it out of the store, and that's just not fun at all. But the wooden bench, you can just pack it in your car pretty easily. Probably even doesn't come assembled. So
I think there's another angle that we need to be considering here, considering we're all living in Scandinavia. A wooden bench you can burn in winter. See, if you ever need to survive somehow, you get caught out in the open, you're carrying that wooden bench home, your car broke down, that marble bench, not going to do anything for you, Anders. But if you had a wooden bench, all of a sudden, you could start a fire, even in the middle of a highway.
But if you're getting attacked, and you can't really hide behind the wooden bench, right? You can hide behind there. If someone's shooting at you with an AK or something, that bench will definitely stand the shots. The wooden bench won't. So I think there's like pros and cons. It probably goes in the bench manual when you buy it. They probably list all these things anyway. So he should just order one of those online, and he'll get like the full overview of exactly what the different benches are good for. But yeah, that's it.
He actually have to plan into the future as well, right?
Yeah.
Because in 20 years, that marble bench is still going to be, optimal for taking bullets, whilst the wooden bench is just going to be rubbish for everything.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I also think marble benches probably last longer than wooden benches. I don't know if you plan on being alive for that long, but
20 years? I'm planning on living for 20 more years, for sure.
All right. I mean, I haven't planned that far ahead at all, but
I haven't planned that far. I guess I've planned to the point where I want to be alive.
Yeah, but would you want to make your bench buying decisions based on that? That's what I'm wondering. That's a hard one.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I can't give you a definitive answer.
Okay, well, we'll cover this in the upcoming weeks. Of course, we'll stay on the bench topic and try and get some answers. Maybe interview some of the players, make sure we get their opinions. You could see, obviously, Seuss was important.
That's a big concern.
Did he left to actually buy the bench straight away? Maybe he made up his mind. Maybe he did. That was what he just looked at the bench and said, "This is too beautiful.
This is the one."
There's a considerable. I mean, if we really have to talk about this, though, I would rate this marble bench a lot higher because you can see like the
like higher than an 8 of 8.
Wait, yeah, no, actually, I'd like 8 out of 8. This bench is definitely rated 8 out of 8 because look at it, like the handiwork, all the lines going into it, like there's real effort. This one could have been built like
it's like the IKEA of benches.
Yeah, this is one you'd do in like Craftworks at school or something. You'd come home and show this bench to your parents, and they'd have to sort of agree that it was pretty, but they really wouldn't like it, and eventually they'd lose it somewhere. Just it would conveniently get lost.
Bench. Like, oh yeah, I was taking the bench out for a walk, and he escaped the leash, and I haven't seen him since.
I think that's
could happen.
That's it. So we've settled the bench question for good. Definitely. I mean, I like the fact that on Inferno though there are a lot of benches, and they've actually put them in different positions. Like in CT Spawn, there are some in the shadow here, so you get a sense for how they would look under in different environments, which is important. If you want to make a buy, it's gonna be important. But then there's the sofas and the couches in here.
Oh yeah, I was about to say the sofa, but that's like the sofa in the tea house looks pretty worn down. Let's be honest. Like stuff has gone down on that sofa that you don't want to.
I was looking in library.
Relive. Oh, library. Okay, yeah. I guess they might be prettier. The ones in the tea house are just something bad has happened on there, and you don't want to relive whatever happened on that couch.
Yeah, that's bad. I don't know much about cleaning couches. I've never.
Is
done
there
it,
a black leather sofa on this map?
I really don't know. There's also some wooden chairs in here. But this is the theoretical question. Is a couch or a sofa really a replacement for a bench? I mean, a bench is an outside thing, isn't it? You can't put your couch outside. That's not going to work.
I suppose that's true. That's true.
So really, we're talking about two different things.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, we are still missing Seuss, of course.
We are still here debating the merits of couches and benches.
Could we go so far as to say that he has been benched by the DDoS?
Damn.
Damn.
We went there.
We just came full circle. That's it. I think we can probably just take a break right about now and,
Is this where we leave it off? Like, did we just leave?
Yeah. Actually, all right. This is where it gets good. We've actually found a third bench. If you go to the B-bomb site by the fountain, there's actually a bench carved into the actual fountain. And This is like the most minimalistic bench you can probably imagine. And obviously to buy this bench, you'd have to buy the whole fountain. So this is even more expensive than the marble bench. This is like a real commitment. And it's actually 4 benches in one as well. This is a terrific sale. If it comes with the fish in it as well, that's sold right there. That's it.
Well, now it comes down to practicality. Do you have enough friends to fill those 4 benches?
Yeah. And if you put your guests on these benches, they'll all be facing separate ways. So
that is true. This should have been like a foot pond. You know, you swap the benches around, and it could be like where people go to, I don't know, meditate or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm drawing on the minimap now.
During the winter, though.
Just so people can see, your guests are going to be facing in 4 opposite ways.
Doesn't allow for communication.
No, the fishes. They also can't see the fish inside. So even though they're there, they have no real purpose because people are going to be facing the wrong way. It's actually really in that you know, from a aesthetic point of view, it's a really, really great bench fountain set. But from a practical point of view, a pragmatic point of view, it's definitely not. So those are 2 different ways. Like judging it, that's probably going to equal out with each other, I think.
No, fair point. I think if I'm gonna buy a fountain that you could use with a bench solution, I would probably go with the one in T-spawn. It's more free for all. You know, you're not stuck to a certain place where you want to sit. You can kind of move freely about. It's not as fancy, but you know, it does the trick.
Fair enough. Well, I think we've covered almost everything here. If you guys know...
we're getting through most of the inventory.
Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, that's the thing. Zeus still not being back, and if you have just joined us, then a big welcome here to the ESL Pro League. Of course, it's a little bit unfortunate that we've had multiple DDoSes on different players. Zeus currently being affected. There was a Scream earlier during the pistol round, which is even more unfortunate, and then it's been back and forth a little bit. So that's why we're waiting, and at least we have a good topic on our hands. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.